Hello, this is Cash Card, and I'm your host, Geraldine Paredes. We give rise to students around campus while they answer some trivia questions to win fabulous prizes. Let's get rolling. What is your name?
My name is Kevin.
And where are you headed?
I'm headed to the USF Health Clinic.
First question is, who is the president of the USF?
Oh, I honestly forgot, but I forgot.
The right answer is Judy Genschaft. How many campuses are there in the USF system?
So there's the main campus, the Sarasota, Manatee, and St. Pete, 3.
That's the right answer. What's Rocky's full name?
Rocky the Bull.
Good job. So why didn't you finish your homework yesterday?
Because it's due Sunday.
Good answer. So where do residents from the south area of campus get their mail?
From the south, they get it at Juniper reception desk.
That's the right answer. Good job. Name the service that lends professional business attire to students.
It's at Student Health Services. Dressable. I forgot.
It is suitable. How many cart caches do you have?
I have 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yes, fidget spinner! Yay!
Yay! Thank you so much.
No problem.
Hello and welcome to Best Places with Nyrene and
Mom,
Courtney.
আমি এখন কাজে আছি একটু পরে যে তারপরে Oh, hey, did we start already?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, it was my mom.
Speaking of, today is all about you, the family of our future bulls. Did you know USF holds Family and Friends Weekend in October and Spring Family Day in February?
And we love showing you around campus and sharing our bull pride. You'll get to see all that the Marshall Student Center has to offer and experience homecoming with us.
Football fans, there's a game nearly every week at Raymond James Stadium. Students get free rides to and from the games on the Bull Runner.
Got swag? Check out the bookstore right outside the MSC. A Barnes & Noble's reading material and Starbucks coffee will complete your experience. And don't forget to get a stuffed Rocky for the little bulls in your family.
No visit is complete without a bull pun. There are so many.
Hey Courtney, you look incredible today.
Why, thank you. Nyrene, don't you think this weather is unbelievable?
You can practice them at home or in your car on your way to USF.
This has been Best Places with Nyrene and Courtney. Now get ready for USF Housing Live. You can call your mom back now.
Only if you call yours.
Okay.
Gregory Bowers, Sierra Rose, Maxwell Morinelli, Elisa Goldberg, Nyrene Naomi, Courtney Cadogan, Geraldine Paredes, June Dickens, Chris Herrera, Stephanie Jockman. Wednesday, March 14th, 2018. Coming to you from the beautiful University of South Florida campus in Tampa, it's USF Housing Live! All right. Welcome everyone. This is USF Housing Live. I'm your host, Gregory Bowers, with Housing Residential Education here at the beautiful University of South Florida in Tampa. Our motto, best place to live, best place to work, and best place to learn. We're coming to you live, of course, here on campus around Florida and all our viewers around the world. If you have a question, go ahead, type it in the comments, and they'll send it to me on the iPad right here on the set, and we'll answer you in real time. I'd also like to take a moment and do a special thank you to the USF Squirrels Facebook page for honoring our request to stream through their page. And so we all salute and honor our supreme leaders, the USF Squirrels. This is a very special episode. We're going to be talking a lot about parent and family programs because many of you out there have parents and families with questions. They want to stay connected. And so we've got an expert here to help you with that. First, I want you to meet my old pal, Mr. Dave Kloiber from Housing and Residential Education, our Assistant Director for Assignments. Dave, welcome back.
Thank you, Greg. It's great to be back.
I'm happy to have you here. You have been on every season of USF Housing Live.
Yes, I have, and I'm willing to be on more and more as the years go by.
I'm very happy to have you here. You know everything, Dave. You really do.
I've seen a lot.
You've seen a lot, and so Dave has seen things and stuff, everyone. Also joining us, we have Jessica Fitzgerald from the Office of Parent and Family Programs. Jessica, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Actually, I should say welcome back. This is your third season on the show, isn't it?
Yes, third season, fourth show.
Oh, fourth show?
Yeah, third season.
Well, I am so sorry that you are sitting next to Dave Kloiber yet again.
Oh no, Dave and I are like the guest power duo, right?
Activate.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's already falling apart. We're in minute 3. Okay, everyone. And so, Jessica, I've got some questions for you, and want to remind everyone, if you have a question for Jessica while we're talking during this segment or the next one, send them our way. We'll be happy to answer those for you right here live on the air. So, Jessica, tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do here.
Thanks, Greg. Well, I serve in our Office of Parent and Family Programs here at the university, and so I have the pleasure of working with all of our parents and family members of students. We provide education resources for family members and then opportunities for them to engage on campus through events that we host for office.
And so you mentioned engagement. Why should family members engage with your office?
They are going to continue to be a huge part of their student success here at the university. They have been an active part of getting their student to be admitted to the university and to this accomplishment, and their support is going to continue to be vital for their students. And so we really want to continue to provide an outlet for them to be engaged and for them to be able to be educated on how they can best coach their students going forward.
And so we talk all the time about our campus community, the community of USF. I imagine that would involve our parents and families. So can you tell us a little bit about how they're involved in our community?
Oh, absolutely. We tell family members, welcome to the family, because they truly are such a huge part of our Bull family here at the university. And so we want them to feel engaged in the community, connected and active through online and attending events and supporting their students. The more educated they are, the better able they are to coach their students.
So let's talk about events that you might have coming up for family members.
Absolutely. Well, this will actually be the first time I get to announce that we will be hosting Family and Friends Weekend on October 19th through the 21st. So family members should save the date for that event, so they're hearing it here first live. And then we'll also have some welcome experience events for families as they are moving in their students both during summer B and fall opening.
And those weekends are always really cool. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the experiences that folks are going to have?
It's just a really great time to be able to see family members really facilitating the movement experience with their students. It just signifies the transition as their students are coming onto campus. So it's certainly a little hot in the summer as they're moving in their students, but just being able to interact with them as they're helping their students make that transition, and then the opportunity for them to meet other family members here at the institution. And then we provide some good support as they're transitioning home and potentially either leaving their students here with us on campus or navigating what that transition looks like for their student to commute from home.
Awesome. And so let's think about families whose students aren't yet attending USF. I'm sure there are a number of them watching out there. Yes. So how can they utilize your office?
Absolutely, Greg. Well, we encourage them to start connecting now with parent and family programs. So they can do that through several ways. They can engage with us online through Facebook. So they can search on Facebook USF Families and come into our group, and they'll be able to dialogue and connect with other family members in the community, ask all the questions that they have, so that peer-to-peer support. They can also sign up to receive our monthly e-newsletter called The Bulletin, and they can do that on our website, usf.edu/families. If they have any questions or things that they're navigating through or they're not quite sure what resource to seek out, we encourage them to just email us at family@usf.edu.
All right, excellent. So we got some comments. I'm going to do a little shout out real quick because they're joining us here. I want to say hello to Vin, Jeannie, and Rajvi, who just left us some comments and some hellos. So we see you out there. If you have a question, ask us. No questions yet, so we're going to jump right back into this with Jessica here. And so what advice do you have for incoming families?
First, I would just say take a big old deep breath. You're going to make it through both graduation and then your students transition onto campus. Please know that we are going to take really excellent care of them here at the University of South Florida. I encourage family members to start to navigate the transition to USF, so go ahead and pay that deposit for admissions, sign up for orientation, start to make that plan for how their students will be oriented and onboarded into the university. And then as a family, just talk about what is transition going to look like for them. Is their student going to be leaving the home, commuting from home? What are some of those things that they might need to renegotiate as expectations and their relationships are changing a bit? And then just embrace that the change is happening and find ways to really celebrate that with their student.
I'm glad you mentioned that because we talk about it all the time with the transition, but I don't want to gloss over it.
Yeah.
It's a big transition,
It's
right?
huge, yeah.
And so what is that like for the parents? You've interacted with so many, and so what are some of the things they say about going through a transition like this, how they feel, what are they going to go through?
Yeah, well, it probably depends on the family member. Some of them are probably literally planning their celebratory vacation because this is the last student moving home. Others of them are, dropping their students off and they're tear-filled and trying to figure out how they're going to kind of cope with this. So I think it really brings on a range of emotions, and to know that all of that is okay, it will probably shift throughout the time that the family member is also making the transition. I think sometimes we think about just the student and what their transition is like, but it really is a huge transition for the entire family unit. And so how do they just be open and honest with each other and really have some good communication about the impact of that, but also celebrate that this is a huge milestone for their student and a step into adulthood for them as they're really growing into this. So I say just really embrace change and allow yourself to be excited, but also embrace whenever you might feel a little bit of sadness.
Well, thank you, Jessica, and it's awesome that you're here for our parents and families. And so
it.
I'm glad to have you here on the program. We're going to take a short break. We're going to be back with Jessica Fitzgerald and Dave Kloiber, but first, we've got a little video we're going to show you. It's called Becoming a Bull, starring Jess, who you may have seen on an early episode of Housing Live, all about families. So we're going to roll that. More USF Housing Live coming your way after this.
Hi, my name's Jess. My pronouns are they, them, and I'm a first-year student studying environmental biology. My relationship with my family throughout high school was very up and down. It's really interesting because I thought I wouldn't really miss them, and I thought I wouldn't want to go home that often. It's weird how much that dynamic changed. We went from not really enjoying hanging out with each other to, oh, I can't wait to see you next weekend, or I want to come visit you. And it's really changed for the better. And it's interesting, saying goodbye to them, I was completely fine. However, they were disheveled. Tears were coming down. I have experienced homesickness, which is a weird feeling for me because I didn't think I would, but I miss the little things like sitting on the couch watching TV with them, or like listening to my dad sing, and it's like the little things like that that I missed, and you don't realize you miss those things until you don't have them around you. I guess I cope with the homesickness by, I really have created a home here at USF. Giving your child or whoever they may be space, like understanding that this is a whole new journey to them. They are finally free from whatever they had at home. My advice would just be to go with the flow. Things just really fell into place, and I wish I wouldn't have wasted so much time overthinking things. Go Bulls!
All right, welcome back, everyone. I'm Gregory Bowers, you're someone else, and this is USF Housing Live. We're answering your questions live in real time, and so if you've got a question, go ahead, type it in the comments wherever you're watching, and we'll answer you right here live on the air. So now we're going to be speaking for a moment with Dave Kloiber, who's been on the show for all 4 seasons. Dave, welcome back.
Thank you, Greg. It's great to be back.
I'm so happy to have you here. You're the Assistant Director of Assignments. Tell us, what does that mean?
So, my responsibility is to make sure our students can apply for housing, can be assigned housing. If anything's missing for their assignment process, we'll help notify them about what's missing and try to help them get their assignment taken care of as soon as possible.
And so we're going to be talking about the housing application. I imagine there are some housing application steps. What are they?
Well, we have the 4 basic steps are completing the application online through the housing portal, paying the $50 application fee on the OASIS payment portal, submitting your immunizations for approval with Student Health Services, and also registering for orientation.
And so what I want to let people know about is, if you want to know where to find the housing application steps, I know you're going to hear it here from Dave. We're going to talk a little bit more about it in a moment. Remember, go to usf.edu/housing, click housing application process, and follow the prompts for all the information you need. And now we want to talk about room selection. Today is the big day, isn't it, Dave?
Yes, it is. Step number 5 started today for all of our new students here at USF.
And so what does that mean exactly, room selection?
So we allow our students to actually log into our system, see what's available at that time for the fall term, and actually select the room that they're looking for.
And so is this for summer or fall?
This is for fall. Summer will begin next week on Wednesday the 21st.
Okay, so we'll stick with fall for just a minute because I know a lot of students are out there going through this process now. And so it's opened up today. Can everyone just log right in and choose a room now if they want to?
No, they're not able to. We do have to control how many people can log in so it doesn't crash the system. If we had 1,000 people log in all at once, we might have some issues, but we release about 50 people can go in and select at every half hour. And so, so today we've opened it up to about 600 people.
All right, and so how long is room selection open?
Room selection will be open for the fall until June 29th.
So they have all that time to select a room.
Yes.
And so do you recommend people just wait till the last day and see what's available?
Well, it
or
all
what?
depends on how selective you want to be with the room. The rooms that may be more popular will go first. And so if you're one of the people who wants that room that everybody else wants, you want to get in there and complete all your steps and actually go in and select your room as soon as you can.
This is my opportunity to shamelessly plug the Pinnacle Hall Super Singles. And so Pinnacle Hall is Super Singles, everyone. It's like a double-sized room like other village rooms, but one set of furniture. So if you like lots of space for calisthenics and yoga or whatever else, you know, activity space in Pinnacle Hall Super Singles.
I think it was about half the beds are already gone.
Right? Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it's filling fast.
It is. A lot faster than I thought it would.
All right. And so, folks, I guess you just want to get your steps done, like right now. Why are you watching us? Just get in there and get your steps done.
You can do both.
And so, that's true. What am I saying? Oh, I'm just losing my mind. Dave, thank you for being here. Now, tell me a little bit. We got room selection for summer happening. Where are folks going to find that information for summer room selection?
I would go right to the page you already mentioned, which is usf.edu/housing. Go to the application and then steps to apply and room selection, and you'll see all the dates for when summer selection ends, depending on what term you're applying for.
All right. I get this question a lot in the group, and that is, I'm going to start in summer, so do I just do my summer application and that covers me for the year, or do I do separate applications? Walk us through how that works.
There are 2 separate applications. Not everybody who lives here for summer is going to live here for fall and vice versa, and so we do have 2 separate applications, and that's why we also have 2 separate start times.
And so what steps need to be repeated for both of those?
The application and $50 fee are separate for each application period that you're applying for, but the immunizations and registration of orientation would cover both.
All right, now let's switch gears here a little bit. Let's say someone's done room selection for fall, they got their room, and they changed their mind. Are there any options available?
Well, it just so happens that we also opened up our room change process for the fall for this year today as well. And so if at any time between now and the 29th of June, you decided that's not the room I want, or, ooh, I met someone on the Facebook groups that I want to live with, and so I want to live with them now, but I don't have a spot in my room, they don't have a spot in their room, let's find a room together. You'll have that opportunity until June 29th.
Cool. And so is there a limit to how often they can do that?
They can do it as many times as they want, but they have to be remembering that maybe that option that they want isn't always going to be available.
All right. And so do they just log into room selection and do it again?
They don't log into the room selection link. They'll go to the housing portal, go to housing forums, and select the room change link.
Okay, so it's similar, but they go to a different link to do that.
Yes.
Okay. So you heard it here first, everyone. Go to usf.edu/housing, choose housing portal, and then in there's a housing form they go to, and that's to make a change, not the housing application room selection.
And we have a note at the bottom of the room selection area that says this is not for room changes.
All right, cool. Now, I got to ask you about roommate groups. This is new this year, so describe roommate groups.
Roommate groups is a new, more visible way for students to find a group of people they want to live with and confirm that, yes, I want to live with them. And so one person would act as the leader of the group, go in and say, I want to live with this person, this person, this person, the system will send those people an email to their USF email account. And they can then go log in and decide whether or not to accept the invitation to be part of that room group or not. If they accept it, an email will go out to the leader and all the people who are already members of the group. And if they decline it, an email will also go out to make sure everybody is aware.
And so let's say some members of the roommate group have done their application steps and some have not. Can someone go ahead and add in their preferred roommates to hold the space for when they're eligible?
They would not be able to. Because the application is not complete, they wouldn't be able to select a room for them or hold a space for them.
Okay, so that's good to know. So you want to make sure your roommates are ready and they've got to be eligible, they've got to complete their steps. Dave, do you have any final tips that you want to share with our incoming students to get them ready to get their housing on campus?
The big thing is if you're very particular about where you want to live, you want to get everything done as early as possible, make sure you've done your research. If you haven't done a tour yet, we do tours every Monday through Friday at 12:45 from our office. And so if you're up here in Tampa for spring break, hey, come over here and enjoy a tour with our wonderful staff here and bring your family and friends so that they can see what we have to offer and so you can find exactly what you're looking for.
Awesome. So I appreciate you sharing that. So you folks heard it right here on the show. Come see it in person. Check it out. Take a tour so you get to kick the tires in the residence hall and check it out. We have so many options for everyone, many different places on campus you can be at, many different price points available so you can find what works best for you. And so I want to thank Dave Kloiber and Jessica Fitzgerald for joining us tonight. Thank you both.
You're welcome.
And so I want to let everyone know we are just about out of time, but USF Housing Live does come to you right here at youtube.com/USF Housing, facebook.com/USF Housing, in the USF Class of 2022 Facebook group. Today on the Squirrels page, I don't know, we'll talk to the Squirrels and see if our Supreme Leaders will let us back in, but we do appreciate it. This is produced by USF Housing and Residential Education at the University of South Florida in Tampa. Our motto is best place to live, best place to work, best place to learn. We'll be coming to you next week, March 21st at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. The theme for that episode is going to be living and learning in Cyprus, and we'll be answering your questions in real time, just like every show. But there is just one last thing. Go Bulls! Good night, everyone.